Hello everyone, Ron here from RJJ's Reactions, and I am back with Will Wood and the next track from the Normal album called Marsha. Thank you for the dialectics, but I need you to leave, I think is the rest of that. As always, lots of interesting lyrics with Will Wood. I will look at the lyrics after we listen to the music because there's usually so much to extract that I don't want to stop constantly during the song, even if I am understanding the lyrics, which I might or might not, and there might be CC here. We'll see. Sometimes that works, sometimes not again. But anyway, we'll go over the lyrics afterwards. I might say a couple of things during the song, but probably more about the music or vocals or whatever rather than the lyrics themselves. In the description, I will put a link to my playlist for Will Wood. If you want to see all the reactions I've done so far in one place, you can do that. Also, I'll put a link to Will Wood's channel, or I should say Will Wood and the Tapeworms, because this is live in studio, so I think we're going to probably see the band. But anyway, I'll put a link to the artist channel so that you can go there and subscribe and like and comment and support the artist. Definitely want to do that. It's a very unique performer. Lots going on up here. And I think, I don't know whether you agree with what I say or not, but that's okay. We all have different interpretations, and I think there's so much packed in that there's a lot that can be extracted from the lyrics. Just before I head into the music, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, that helps the channel a lot. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed and liked videos, used YouTube Super Thanks, shared videos, commented. All of these things help. I read all of your comments and I answer as many as I possibly can. Keep your requests coming. I add them to the regular list. If you want your request within days rather than months, check in the description. You just buy me a coffee and there you go. All right, let's go on with Marsha. Thank you for the dialectics, but I need you to leave.
I wrote this song because I was very, 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 very displeased with shit. Everything, man. I have no idea what I'm doing.
He wrote the song because he's very, very, very displeased with shit, I think he said. He said, I have no idea what I'm doing. It was a little bit low. Love the
They
saxophone.
could prescribe you any illness you like if you define the terms of your ailments. You could sing a pretty melody like a black canary, but a crow don't know the smell of carbon monoxide. How many years have you been on that couch? They could have quilt you in the throes by now. You draw a line in the sand where it ends and you begin, but the tide rolls in, so who knows? Oh well, and a little identity never hurt nobody, but lately you've been focusing too much on yourself. So how many milligrams of you are still left in there? Oh, 'cause back in my day we didn't need no feel-good pills and no psychiatrists. No, we just drank ourselves to death. God damn it, we liked it. Who makes the call? What's the symptom? What's the flaw?
Very, very quick rhythm beat, whatever you want to call it there. And of course, Will Wood's voice. I like his voice, but I like the commitment there. You see how committed he is on the drummer too. Excellent, yeah.
Back in my day, we didn't need no feel-good pills and no psychiatrists. No, we just drank ourselves to death. God damn it, we liked it.
Drank ourselves to death, I think you said.
Who makes the call? What's the symptom? What's the flaw? Can it be both? Well, I suppose that's an answer. Would you give up your humanity for just a touch of sanity? 'Cause God knows it's not like it's cancer. And good news to the purest, they discovered a cure for all the symptoms of being alive. It's a painless procedure with a low rate of failure, but very few patients survive. And a little conformity never hurt nobody, but lately I've been worried that you're losing yourself. So how many milligrams of you are still left in there? Oh, 'cause
musically, I'm going to back up. Musically, awesome on the piano here, especially this section here. And then the percussion's good. And now the sax coming in too. Really, really good. Sounds like a lot of fun, but the lyrics might be something else. Something else.
Doctor, what's my prognosis if the studies show diseases in the eye of the beholder? Tell me so it goes. We depressed to impress, I guess, in layer after layer to get off our chest. It's cold down now, we can take it off later. Better safe than sorry, and we both know the danger. So, doctor, could you run another test? Got a feeling that this time I might just pass it. If you raise the average, we all sing when the bell curve rings, and lyrics symptomatic of the way we think. If our harmonies don't sync, we can change our voices. A chorus on condition of a diagnosis. Back in my day, we didn't need no feel-good pills and no psychiatrists. What can I say except I need no evil wills, a moral nihilist? I said back in the days of lobotomies and shock therapy and mad scientists. Oh, don't you make me waste my breath.
Nice. Got the trumpet there too.
God damn it! Ain't your identity at stake? Does aspirin kill you with the pain? You're not your thoughts, you're not your brain. You're just the character you've made. Up in your head, down in your heart. What seem like separate body parts come together to believe they're you and not just chemistry. It's not the way that you were raised or what the advertisements say. Not what you pay for, what you pray for, what you want or what you say. And I see your tendency to redefine disease by what you need, and I'm afraid I can't prescribe the diagnosis that you seek. And something tells me that you need. Forgive me now if I misspeak, but something tells me that you like and kinda tells me
Very nice.
you prefer to be sitting there flipping through those old issues of People.
Oh
Well,
my.
that's our time. See you next week.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, really good. The problem's going to be trying to limit myself to what I say and during the comments because I think there's going to be a lot to say. Well, two problems. One is limit myself. One is remember. I'm sure once I'm done, this happens quite a lot, particularly with Will Wood, but sometimes with other performers as well. I go through the lyrics and then afterwards, sometimes a few minutes afterwards, sometimes a few seconds afterwards, and sometimes days afterwards, I think, oh, I should have said this, I should have said that, because I forget to say everything. But with Will Wood and a few other artists, that happens more frequently because there's so much packed into the lyrics. Really enjoyed this musically though, because you can get lost kind of trying to pay attention to the lyrics and forget what fantastic music is going on with the guitars and the percussion, the drumming, all the horns and the piano playing by Will Wood, and then his vocals. So I don't want to forget that. It's all really, really well done. And if you weren't listening to the lyrics and you didn't know Will Wood from before, etc., you would just think this is a fairly happy-go-lucky, maybe slightly chaotic at points, piece of music that you could just get into the vibe and enjoy, which you can. But then when you take on the lyrics, you think, well, there's, as usual, there's this probably more than two sides actually. Uh, there we go, already getting into some of Will Wood's non-binary dialectics, etc. Anyway, love the music, love Will's voice, and I'm going to get into the lyrics now. If you're not sticking around for the lyrics, don't forget to like the video. I hope you will stick around though. Don't forget to subscribe. Push that button. Go to Will Wood's channel, subscribe there too. All right, let's go. Okay, here we are. Marsha, thank you for the dialectics, but I need you to leave. So dialectics, talking about metaphysics, or talking about where's reality, where's the truth of things, looking at various takes and trying to bring them together. I think they could prescribe you any illness you'd like if you define the terms of your ailments. You could sing a pretty melody like a black canary, but a crow don't know the smell of carbon monoxide. So a lot going on here. Yeah, sometimes it seems like people want to have certain ailments, and I always say sometimes there's almost fads with certain illnesses or ailments as well. So we have to be careful not to get caught up. It's like a medical student reading a studying to become a doctor, and they start having all the elements that they're reading about. So we have to be cautious about that. But and also the black canary, of course, the canary in the coal mine I always think of, or in the mine, to warn about carbon monoxide. But of course, a crow doesn't know the smell of carbon monoxide here. So false warning, false diagnoses, possibly prescribe you any illness. And I'm thinking of also prescriptions, getting those drugs. Let's get those drugs. How many years have you been on that couch? They could have quilted you in the throes by now. You draw a line in the sand where it ends and you begin, but the tide rolls in, so who knows? Oh well. So yeah, so you've been thinking of the psychiatrist couch. Um, it could have quilted you in the throes of your depression or anxiety or ailments, whatever it is, and basically you've become a part of that couch. You become a part of that room, I guess. Um, yeah, and a little identity never hurt it, nobody. But lately you've been focusing too much on yourself. So how many milligrams of you are still left in there? Whoa, because back in my day, we didn't need no feel-good pills and no psychiatrist. No, we just drank ourselves to death. God damn it, we liked it. Um, Yeah, I don't know. So looking for identity, searching for identity, but how much of you is left in there because you're looking so hard to identify who you are. You've kind of lost the you. Am I making any sense? Probably not. Uh, so how many milligrams of you are still left in there, after you've tried to find an identity instead of just being you? And back in the day, this is something that older people say, and you might look at me and say you're one of them. Well, you're right, I am older, but I don't say this because I've been through a lot of the issues that he's talking about. I should say I've been through. I go through still, but it sometimes gets easier. You learn methods as you get older, and yeah, alcohol was one of them, and it does not work either. It depresses you more. But yeah, just drank yourself to death. And older people say, come on, just pull yourself up by your bootstraps, get out there, walk it off. You don't have any problems. No such thing as psychological issues anyway. And nowadays, of course, they'd say there's no such issues as identity issues and things like that. I didn't I didn't personally have to deal with identity issues, but I did have to deal with and still do with anxiety and depression and things of that nature. And alcohol helps for a little while, but then it hurts more than it helps. So you learn that. But what else was I going to say? Well, there's just so much because back in my day we didn't need so we didn't use pills. We just drank ourselves sometimes to death. Sometimes people literally did that. Who makes the call? What's a symptom? What's a flaw? Can it be both? Well, I suppose that's an answer. Would you give up your humanity for just a touch of sanity? So again, I'm thinking here, um, yeah, like, first of all, do you want the drugs because it changes who you are somewhat? And do you want to give up what you gain? Because sometimes there's a certain gain from the psychological issues that you're dealing with. Uh, so there's a balance, and also who gets to decide what is a symptom and what is a flaw, what is so-called normal. It's called the normal album. Who decides what that is? And you want to give up who you are, the real you, by taking these drugs or even the alcohol. It changes who you are sometimes too. Some people change more than others. Because God knows it's not like it's cancer. And good news to the purists, they've discovered a cure for the symptoms of being alive. It's a painless procedure with a low rate of failure, but very few patients survive. So, yeah, I'm not sure if he's referring to suicide there, but it seems like it almost. If you want, you can stop all of your pain and suffering. Yes, of course. But then there's nothing, in my opinion, anyway. There's absolutely nothing. You won't feel good because you won't feel anything, but you also won't feel bad. That's true because you won't feel anything. Cure for the symptoms of being alive. Yes, death. And a little conformity never hurt nobody, but lately I've been worried that you're losing yourself. So how many milligrams of you are still left in there? Whoa. So again, that can be pretending to be normal, whatever that is. I'm only using one quotation because my other hand is on the keyboard so I can scroll down. That's why it probably looks a bit strange. Um, or it could also be, taking the medications that kind of make you supposedly feel more normal, but then how much of you is still there? Are you losing something from that? And then we go, because back in my day, we didn't need no feel-good pills and no psychiatrist. No, we just bled out in our baths. God damn it, we liked it. I didn't catch that through the song. I must have been paying attention to the music at that point. I got the drinking ourselves to death, but bled out in our baths, of course. I think that's fairly clear what that means and fairly frightening as well at the same time. Um, Doctor, what's my prognosis if the studies show that disease is in the eye of the beholder? Tell me so it goes. We depress to impress, I guess, in layer after layer to get off our chests. It's cold out now. We can take it off later. Better safe than sorry. And we both know the danger. So again, lots of things that could be drawn out of that. But disease in the eye of the beholder, yeah, of course, because sometimes certain so-called diseases are no longer diseases, and of course. Homosexuality used to be criminal, then it was medical, and then it was accepted. So, who decides these things? Who decides what's normal and what's not normal, so-called normal? We depress to impress, I guess, in layer after layer. So again, I get the impression of lying on the couch, or that's a bit of a stereotype. Most of the time, you're not lying on a couch, you're sitting in a chair, but talking to a counselor or psychiatrist or psychologist or something, and taking the layers, almost layers of yourself. But is it really yourself or just, the identity that you're trying to find and you're looking for an ailment that suits you or whatever? It's cold out now. We can take it off later. Better safe than sorry, and we both know the danger. So, doctor, could you run another test? Got a feeling that this time I might just pass it. Well, if you raise the average, we all sing when the bell curve rings in lyrics, symptomatic of the way we think, and our harmonies rather, don't sync. We can change our voices. So, I'm not sure here, but I think the changing ideas of what is normal, what is not normal, what is an ailment, and then just keep running tests. Find something. I must have something because I don't feel right. I don't feel normal. Again, looking for something you can lean on. I call it a crutch, and I tried not to use my issues as a crutch, but uh, you know, I understand why. You want to find something outside of yourself. Back in my day, we didn't need no feel-good pills. What can I say except don't heed no evil wills of moral nihilists. I said back in the days of lobotomies and shock therapy and mad scientists. Oh, don't you make me waste my breath, God damn it. Yeah, back in the days, we had those lobotomies, and that's the scary, scary procedure. Thought they were doing their best. Again, things change, we learn, but sometimes horrible things happen in the medical uh, arena and sometimes in the political arena and social arena. A shock therapy, yes, they were considering that for me, but I did not have to go that direction. I managed to get out of it. And mad scientist, but I did see people who went through shock therapy. And, I think it worked for some, but really scary what happened to others too. Mad scientists, yes, it seems like they're mad sometimes. Oh, don't you make me waste my breath, God damn it. Ain't you your identity at stake, you identity at stake? Does aspirin kill you with the pain? You're not your thoughts, you're not your brain, you're just the character you've made. Up in your head, down in your heart, what seem like separate body parts come together to believe they're you and not just chemistry. It's not the way that you were raised or what the advertisements say. So again, tons and tons. I don't know how everybody was raised, but I was raised sort of in the old-fashioned way. Like I say, pull up your bootstraps and get over it. It's, stop fooling around, that kind of thing. Those were the cures. Um, you're not your thoughts. You're not your brain. You're just the character you've made. Yeah, it's the mind-body argument that's gone on forever. Uh, I'm leaning on the fact that we are just our chemistries, unfortunately. I don't believe in the soul, but I think that we do create characters. I think we create more than one character for ourselves, and um, I think a lot of what is happening up here. Not so much in your heart, but up here, colloquially in your heart too, but not literally. What seem like separate body parts. I sometimes have gone through times when I see myself, but also other people as separate body parts. I'm going to sound like I'm really truly insane now, and I have to put it together. I have to pull the person back together in my mind. It's a very strange feeling. It's very much, not very much like, but similar to out of body experiences, which I have had, where you think that you're looking down and you see your own body lying on the bed or on the sofa or whatever, and you feel you're walking around the room, you're seeing everything, you're looking out the window. Very freaky experience, but very interesting experience as well. And when I started looking at it as more interesting, something to study, something to work with, it took a lot of the pain away for me anyway. Not what you pay for, what you pray for, what you want, or what you say. And I see your tendency to redefine disease by what you need. Okay. And I'm afraid I can't prescribe the diagnosis that you seek. And something tells me that you need, forgive me now if I misspeak, but something tells me that you like, and something tells me you prefer to be sitting there flipping through those old issues of People. So I'm thinking of a doctor's office or a psychiatrist's office of some kind, and all the old magazines that used to be there. Some of them don't have, though, well, I've only been to the dentists since, so I don't know about counselors or psychiatrists recently because I haven't been to one since I was a young boy. But dentist office, yeah, they used to have magazines. Now they don't since COVID. But well, that's our time. See you next week. So again, reminiscent of a doctor or counselor speaking to you. Okay, I'm trying to get up to the top here. Excellent. There's a lot more I could say, but I'm not going to because the video is getting too long already, and I don't I don't want to give the impression that I'm totally insane. I'll leave that up to you, and you can decide on your own sanity or insanity as well. Yeah, who decides? Who makes that decision? And it is tricky because I have seen people who are, you know, their lives are in danger if they don't take their medication, or their lives are in danger if they don't seek help. And so for me, that there has to be a line there somewhere where this problem is so legitimate, you really do need. Other times, I'm not so sure if there's certain hallucinations that you can become accustomed to or that you can use in your art, as I do. I think that that's fine as long as it's not a danger to you or a danger to someone else, and you're okay and you can find a way to cope with it, which isn't always easy, but if you can, then I'm not so sure about some of the medications because they can also have a lot of side effects and problems too. So I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I think, definitely seek help if you need it or want it, but then also be cautious that you try to stay in control as well, right? That's just because the doctors say you need something, make sure you research it, get second or third opinions, and yeah, because where is the you? Well, who knows? But I think it is important to try to be you. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I'm starting to ramble as I tend to do. Let me know what you think of the song. The music was great. Let me know what you think of the lyrics. Do they have any special meaning to you? Um, and so on. Let me know what you want me to react to. I'll add it to the regular list. If you want it much quicker, check in the description and buy me a coffee. I'll bump up your request and you'll get it within days rather than months. Other than that, keep listening, keep having fun, be you, as long as you're not a danger to yourself or anyone else. Uh, and try to find your path and a way to cope. If you can try to be happy, I think that makes a big difference. Uh, Maybe Will Wood makes you happy. Just listen to more of him or check out some of the other artists on the channel. All right, keep listening, keep having fun. It's Ron from RJJ's Reactions. Bye bye for now.